Hey everyone, welcome to Runways in Rome. In today's video, I'm flying from Casa Grande to St. George, Utah. You might notice the Insta360 camera on the wing, but I forgot to swap in a fresh battery before we left, so I've stitched together some iPhone footage and photos to share this part of the trip. Flying into St. George means a lot of beautiful red rock scenery, and we also crossed over the Grand Canyon. I'll show you some of that on the way back, so enjoy this quick montage, and then I'll come back in a minute and show you the flight journey departing St. George, back to Casa Grande with emergency stop in Seligman. Yes, my first in-flight emergency. Okay, so that's all the footage I have on the arrival to St. George since the camera died. But let's go ahead and jump into the departure. I've got the Scenic Grand Canyon flight here for you. it was about at this point that I realized that we had a little bit of an emergency situation, and that was that I had to go to the bathroom so bad that I was not going to make it back to Casa Grande, so had to find an airport quickly to come down and use a restroom. There was an Embry-Riddle plane here. I never landed at Seligman. They were flying around, so I was able to get a hold of them on the radio and ask if there was a bathroom facility on the field. They said there was, so that was great. So we made a unexpected pit stop in Seligman, and then both ended up using the restroom, took a break, stretched our legs, and it worked out okay. So that was my first in-flight emergency. I know that I stretched it out to the end, but I had to keep you hanging. So. And if you guys like this video, do me a favor, if you can hit that like button or go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell. It really does help with the algorithm and promoting my channel. If you hang out to the end, I've got some slides and pictures of St. George, a couple different places there you may want to check out. We'll see you next time. Thanks.